Welcome back to our English learning channel today. We're diving into a topic that's changing the world so fast. Um, Artificial intelligence,
Oh, yeah.
or AI for short.
Mm-hmm.
It's everywhere these days.
It is.
From our phones to our cars and even helping doctors treat patients. But
Wow.
what exactly IISCI and how is it going to affect our lives? That's what we're here to explore in this deep dive. Don't worry if you're not a tech expert. We're going to break everything down
Yeah.
in simple English so you can understand this important topic. Andy, learn some new words along the way.
Exactly.
And hey, if you're enjoying our deep dive, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to help our channel grow.
Yes, please. People often think of AI as something, like out of a science fiction movie.
Yeah.
But it's actually much more grounded in reality. AI is basically about teaching computers to think like humans, to learn from experience,
Okay.
and to make decisions.
It's like giving computers a brain.
Exactly. And just like our brains, AI can be used for all sorts of things.
Yes.
One of the biggest areas where AI is making a difference is in the world of jobs.
Oh yeah, I've heard a lot about that.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are worried that robots are going to take over all the jobs,
Right.
but it's not that simple, is it?
No, it's not that simple.
So what's the real story about AI and jobs?
Well, it's true that AI is changing the types of jobs that are available.
Okay.
Some jobs, especially those that involve doing the same task over and over, again, are being automated. Think about factory workers who put together products on an assembly line. Those jobs are changing as robots become more capable of doing those repetitive tasks.
So are those jobs just disappearing then?
Not necessarily disappearing, but changing. Someone still needs to program and maintain those robots.
Right.
And that's where the new jobs come in.
Okay.
AI is creating jobs in areas like computer programming, data analysis, and AI development itself.
So it's not about robots taking our jobs. It's more about us needing to learn new skills for the jobs of the future.
Exactly. And that's why digital literacy is becoming so important.
Digital.
Yeah, it's all about understanding how to use technology and how to work with information in a digital world. It's like learning a new language.
Okay.
You need it to communicate and succeed in this new AI-powered world.
That makes sense. So while some jobs are changing, AI is also creating new opportunities.
Right.
But what does all this mean for the economy as a whole? Is AI going to make us richer or poorer?
That's a really important question. AI has the potential to make businesses much more efficient.
Okay.
It can help companies produce more goods and services with fewer resources, which can boost economic growth.
So that sounds good. But I'm guessing there's a catch.
There is. The challenge is making sure that everyone benefits from these advancements, not just a select few. You see, AI can also lead to something called job polarization.
Job polarization.
Yeah, basically this means that the gap between high-paying, high-skilled jobs and low-paying, low-skilled jobs gets wider.
Can you give us an example of what that might look like?
Sure, imagine a grocery store. In the past, you had cashiers handling the checkout process.
Right.
Now we're seeing more self-checkout kiosks powered by AI. This change might eliminate some cashier jobs, but creates a need for people who can design, program, and maintain those AI systems.
Okay.
The people who design those systems tend to earn much more than the cashiers they replaced.
So how do we make sure that everyone benefits from AI and that the gap between the rich and the poor doesn't get bigger?
That's something that governments, businesses, and educators are all trying to figure out. One important step is to invest in education and training programs that help people develop the skills they need for these new AI-related jobs.
So it's about adapting to this new world and making sure everyone has the chance to succeed.
Exactly.
And hey, if you're finding this deep dive helpful, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to our channel for more English learning content. We'll be right back after a short break.
It's all about preparing for the future, right? And speaking of the future, let's talk about healthcare.
Okay.
AI is already having a huge impact on how doctors diagnose and treat diseases.
I've definitely noticed that. It seems like every time I go to the doctor's office, they're using some kind of new technology.
Right. That's because AI is incredibly good at analyzing medical images like X-rays and scans.
Yep.
It can help doctors spot things that a human eye might miss, leading to earlier and more accurate diagnoses.
So AI is like a superpowered assistant for doctors.
Exactly. It can help doctors make faster and more informed decisions, which can ultimately save lives.
That's amazing. But are there any risks or concerns about using AI in healthcare?
Of course, with any new technology, there are always things to consider. One concern is making sure that these AI systems are trained on diverse data.
Okay.
If the data used to train the AI is biased, The AI might not be as accurate for certain groups of people.
Yeah, that makes sense. We want to make sure that everyone benefits from these advancements, not just a select few.
Absolutely. Another important consideration is data privacy.
Right.
After all, healthcare is very personal,
Right.
and we need to make sure that patient information is protected.
So it's about finding the right balance between using AI to improve healthcare,
Hmm.
while also ensuring fairness and privacy.
Exactly. Now let's shift gears and talk about how AI is changing education.
Okay.
Remember those flashcards you used to learn vocabulary?
Yeah.
Well, AI is taking learning to a whole new level.
I'm all ears. Tell me more.
AI is making it possible to personalize learning in ways that were never possible before. Imagine a world where every student has a virtual tutor that adapts to their individual learning style and pace.
That sounds incredible. It's like having a teacher who knows exactly what you need and how to teach it to you best.
That's the idea. AI can help students learn more effectively and make education more engaging and accessible for everyone.
So it's not just about memorizing facts anymore. It's about learning how to think critically and solve problems, right?
You got it. And those skills are going to be even more important in an AI-powered future.
Okay.
As AI continues to advance, we're going to need to be lifelong learners, constantly adapting and acquiring new knowledge.
Lifelong learning. That's a
Yeah.
great way to put it. And speaking of adapting, let's talk about how AI is impacting our social lives,
Okay.
from social media algorithms to chatbots. It seems like AI is everywhere these days.
It really is. AI is changing the way we communicate, the way we consume information, and even the way we form relationships.
Sometimes I wonder if we spend more time interacting with AI than we do with actual humans.
It's a valid question. On one hand, AI can connect us with people from all over the world and give us access to information we might never have found otherwise. But on the other hand, there are concerns about things like filter bubbles.
Filter bubbles, what are those?
It's the idea that social media algorithms, which are powered by AI, can
Okay.
trap us in echo chambers where we only see information that confirms our existing beliefs. This can make it harder to have open and honest conversations with people who have different perspectives.
So it's like we're all living in our own little worlds,
Mm.
only seeing what we want to see.
Exactly. And that can lead to polarization and division in society. It's important to be aware of these filter bubbles and to make an effort to seek out diverse viewpoints.
That's a great point. It's so easy to get caught up in our own little bubbles and forget that there's a whole world out there with different perspectives and experiences.
And those diverse perspectives are what make life interesting and help us learn and grow.
Absolutely. And speaking of learning and growing, if you're finding this conversation helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more English learning content just like this. It's like that saying, you can't just stay in your comfort zone. You have to step outside and see what else is out there.
Exactly. And that's especially true when it comes to AI. This technology is so powerful. And it's changing so rapidly that we need to be aware of, both its potential benefits
Okay.
and its potential risks.
So how do we make sure that AI is used for good and not for harm?
That's the million-dollar question. A big part of it comes down to ethics. We need to make sure that AI systems are developed and used in a responsible and ethical way.
So what does that look like in practice?
Well, for one thing, it means making sure that AI systems are fair and unbiased.
Okay.
We need to be careful that the data used to train AI doesn't reflect existing prejudices or stereotypes.
So if an AI system is trained on data that's mostly about one type of person, it might not work as well for other types of people.
Exactly. It's like if you only learned English from one teacher with a specific accent,
Uh-huh.
you might have trouble understanding someone with a different accent. We need to make sure AI is fluent in all sorts of data to be fair and accurate.
That's a great analogy. So besides fairness, what else is important when we talk about AI ethics?
Transparency is really important too.
Okay.
We need to be able to understand how AI systems are making decisions. If we don't know how the AI is working, it's hard to trust it.
That makes sense. It's like if your doctor prescribed you medicine, but
Yeah.
couldn't explain how it worked.
Right.
You might hesitate to take it.
Exactly. And finally, we need to remember that AI is a tool. And like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad. It's up to us humans to decide how we want to use this technology.
So AI isn't going to take over the world and enslave humanity, like in those movies.
I can't promise that won't happen. Just kidding. But seriously, the future of AI is really in our hands. It's up to us to make sure that we use this technology to create a better world for everyone.
That's a hopeful thought. And speaking of hope, I hope you've enjoyed our deep dive into the world of artificial intelligence.
Me too. It's been a fascinating conversation.
And for all of you listening out there, we hope this has helped you learn some new English words and gain a better understanding of this complex but super important topic. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel for more English learning content.
And let us know what you think the future of AI holds. What are you most excited about? What worries you? We'd love to hear from you.
Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep those brains buzzing.